In a few days from now, I will turn 41. And that was me when I was just a few days old. I was born in Lagos, Nigeria, a very challenged area called Mushin. In Mushin, you have to grow up very fast because you have no security around you. You have to know who is who in the area. You can't just walk around. You have to know who runs that particular area. And my parents were very scared because they moved from Okeho in Oyo State. It's like moving from the north, or you move to the south, you move to London, you want to make life for yourself, you want to make life better for yourself. So I could say I had tiger parents. And being the first child, I assumed leadership very early. From ideas to impact. My two parents had a very strange idea. We were poor. And we found a private school that was very expensive. And my dad was like, I have to attend that school. So at the age of 5, I sat with my mom, and she was like, this school, very expensive, but there is one catch. The school has a scholarship. That scholarship means I have to top the class. That means there's no running around, there's no playing after school. I have to sit with my mom for several hours after school because they can't afford more than the first year. After that first year, there is no money. The only option I had was to become first in class. I can tell you confidently today, I can't ride a bicycle because those periods, there was no joke. I topped the class from age 5 to age 10. And my mom did something that was very dramatic. She used my books to homeschool the rest of my siblings. And she converted the room that we had into an after-school tutorial class. Because the area was very challenged, and the schools in the area were very below standard. So people brought their children to our after-school inside our house, and she was teaching them. That was the idea that she had. And I saw that courage, I saw that determination, I saw that resilience in the sense that she never went past high school. But with studying with me, she was able to gain Montessori way of teaching children. And she used that to teach children in the area. I can tell you, out of those children that were inside our room doing after tutorial school, we had 3 first-class students in the end. And that tells you the power of an idea, the power of resilience, and the power of painful execution, even when no one is applauding. But poverty has a way of dealing with you. It didn't matter if I topped the class from age 5 to 10. When I go into secondary school, after my first year, we had a situation where the school fees was increased. And I got back home, and my dad was like, with this new increase in school fees, it means you can no longer attend this school. And I said goodbye to over hundreds of my friends that we spent the first year together. I didn't get the chance to say goodbye to them. I had to say goodbye in memories. Thanks to Facebook, later on, we reconnected. That school is very good. Take him to Abeokuta. They went to Abeokuta Grammar School, and I wrote the exam. They were like, this guy, you're quite good. They welcomed me into Abeokuta Grammar School. And that was how I finished my secondary school there. Then I left Abeokuta Grammar School. I got an admission to Ladoke Akintola University of Technology. The first year was amazing. But the second year was so bad, we couldn't raise any money. And there again, I had to stay at home. Talent is in abundance, but opportunity is not. If you look around the world, whilst we talk about the challenges that we have, there are so many lost Einsteins that are somewhere on the farm because they didn't get the opportunity that they deserve. Suddenly, while I was staying at home, someone came to meet me and told me something dramatic. He said, "Do you know that with the knowledge you have, you could actually get a scholarship to study in the US?" I was like, "No way. How does that work?" Then they took me to the cyber cafe. And that was when the internet started filtering into Nigeria. Then we sat at the cyber cafe. We went on Google. We're like, looking for schools. Then we found that if I actually wrote the SAT, there are some schools that could give me scholarship in the US. And there, my mom's mentality kicked in. Scholarship or nothing. Then there was another problem. The embassy. I grew up a very shy and timid child. You wouldn't expect me. My five-year-old would not expect my 40-year-old to do a TEDx. So when I go to the embassy, with all the hope of the family on my back, I will fumble my words. And the consular will look at you. "You're not so confident. I don't believe you're going to come back after you finish your school." Pam. They will reject it. My mom will be on the prayer mat from the morning till I left the house, till I come back. And I'll walk in with the tail between my legs. No, didn't happen. I went to the American embassy 5 times and I got refused. I got 7 rejections in total. And the 8th attempt, I was able to come to the UK to study. Gratitude is key if we are going to go very far. A lot of us talk about the things that we don't have. But what about the things that we have? We forget it. We compare ourselves with our mates. "Oh, he's got a job, he's married, he's doing all of this." But we forget that we even have life. We are able to stand, we are able to see. All of these things are luxury to some people. And that was the job I was doing when I was a student. I used to work in the nightclub. You know those guys that give you perfume in the toilet? I did that job for a long time. And I was so happy that I had it. And the funny thing was that people would come in and there would be this laugh, this smile on my face, and they wouldn't believe it. They'd be like, "How can you be walking in the toilet and be so happy? You don't know where I'm coming from. You have zero idea where I'm coming from. Do you need some chewing gum? Let me give you some chewing gum." And I was getting business cards walking in the toilet. They'd be like, "You are so happy. I love your energy. Could you come see me?" And they would leave me a business card. But suddenly, April 29, 2011, I went out to work like that, and I never got back home. I had a mental health crisis that left me in the hospital for 5 months. In that 5 months, a lot of things happened. My landlord evicted me because he couldn't find me. And the shocking thing was that the music that was number 1 on the charts when I was going into the hospital was no longer on the chart when I came out. To take life as simple as it can get. Because we came with nothing, and we are going to live with nothing. And that was a huge reset for me. It was a humbling experience because everything I had in my house was taken away because I couldn't find it even till this moment. So people started giving me 1 shirt, 1 trouser. It was so humbling because I thought, I have come this far. I had built all of this, and now I had to let everything go. And you know, there's a bit of mind that comes to you. Something was telling me, maybe God did not want you to come. That was why you were refused 5, 7 times. But you had strong head. Now you've seen what God wants you to see. it was a very depressing period. But I decided to stop comparing myself with my mates. And that was a challenge, because by that time, my mates were like doing their PhD. And I was this guy that was topping the class. You can know how humbling that would be. I'd be like, I don't even have a degree yet, and my mates are doing their PhD. People would tell me, oh, I'm in London. I want to come and see you. Are you around? I'll say, I'm very busy. Well, I wasn't busy. I didn't have a job. But I didn't want people to see that the abroad that I came wasn't looking good for me. But the freedom came when I stopped comparing myself, when I just let life happen. A lot of us are resisting. We don't want life to happen. We are fighting. We don't want to experience life. But the reason why I can talk to you today is because I allowed myself to experience life. So when I got a job as a laborer on a construction site, the guy told me the job is very hard. I said, it can't be hard. I'm unemployed. Let's go there. So I got on site as a laborer. I'll sit down. I'll ask people questions during break time. What did you study? Oh, I did electrician installations. What did you do? I did plumbing. What did you do? I did site engineering. I was like, okay. I was working with a lot of Eastern Europeans. So I was learning bits of Romania, bits of Bulgaria, bits of Lithuania, bits of Polish. So if I go to Eastern Europe today, I have a lot of good places to stay, because I took that experience, I let it happen, and I was learning through it. So I understood that if I do some bits of engineering, I could make a bit of money. So I went back to school as an undergrad at the age of 30 to study civil engineering. I was one of the oldest in class. Most of my classmates were like 18, but I did not let that stop me. We were walking around, we were playing, we were joking around, and I understood a lot of them came there on apprenticeship. Now I help people to get into apprenticeship. How? Because I was able to let that experience get to me when I went back to university. And construction has been very good to me. I have worked in different capacities on projects that have worth over £1 billion. I worked on the Elizabeth line. I worked on the HS2 enabling works. I worked in lots of hotel refurbishments. I took my time, and I was just learning along the way. About 6 years ago, there was a big protest in Nigeria of young people. And it touched me. I came online and I started writing just to share my experience with as many young people as possible. And it resonated so much, people started inviting me to speak. But I was this shy, very timid guy. But I felt, this is my last opportunity. You don't get, that experience in the hospital taught me that just live every day like it's your last. Embrace it. So I went to Toastmasters. I did everything I could to improve my public speaking skills, so that when I'm called to speak, I'm able to show up and give speeches. I appeared on BBC at some point. I've been going all around mentoring young people, getting them into education, getting the elderly immigrants into work, supporting people as much as I can. A lot of my advocacy, I do it online. And today I have over 1.6 million following me on all platforms. And the world that we are in now, with the world of AI, it can do 100x of what the internet did for me 20 years ago. How are we going to leverage this to change lives? Because a lot of us believe we need extra resources. But I'm here to tell you what we have now is enough. Exactly what my parents had. Exactly what I had. We are not going to get any extra. But how can we come together? How can we pool resources together? How can we stay strong and change lives for the generation that are coming behind us? Today in the UK, we have 900,000 19 to 24-year-olds that are not in education, employment, or training. The social media feeds are buzzing. They are comparing themselves with everybody's online, thinking, I'm not doing well, I'm not making it. And for the first time ever, we are seeing a very troubling statistics that say this generation is one of the few generations that will not be as good as their parents economically. Where does that leave us? How can we leverage this massive technology that we have in AI to change the life of the next generation? A few years ago, I went back to the house I lived before I came to the UK, and not a lot has changed. I sat at the front, I went to the back, and I felt I have been blessed in this country. I have exceeded my expectation as a child. I'll have to go back more to be on the ground and support as many people as possible. So in the next few years, you might see me running for election in Nigeria. You might see me doing politics. But we have a challenge on our hands, particularly back there, where the population is expected to reach 400 million in the next 30 years. I will be in the UK, and I'll be in Nigeria at the same time, because those two countries have been amazing to me. AI is going to change the world. It is already changing the world. We've heard it from experts today. But whatever you decide to do, your journey will be different from mine. But I'm going to promise you, you are not going to get what you want without challenges. It's going to be hard. It's going to be tough. But when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Form a community. Let's stick around with each other. Let's be a shoulder for your neighbor to lean on. Because tough times do not last. It will not last. It won't last. It will look like it will never happen. It will look like you will not get there. But I promise you, if you stay long enough at the barber shop, you'll get your hair cut. We have the opportunity of a lifetime, and I hope we use it well. Thank you very much.